Hey guys, today is Thursday, March 26th, and I'm heading into work. Actually, I have to make a stop before work. I sent my supervisor a text at about 6:45 to let him know I have to make a stop before work. I don't have to be to work until 8:30, but I have been going in much earlier, sometimes 7:30, in order to prepare for my day. Because since this pandemic, it has taken up a lot of my time, and having to address certain things and give updates to my team and changes that we're making, I started coming in earlier and sometimes leaving a little bit later. So sometimes I'm there till 5 or a little after 5:30. But today I have to make a stop and then head to work. We actually got the green light from the chief of HR for my team to be able to do 4-day work weeks. This is a temporary option until we see how this goes. They were happy about that because they get to have the third day off and organize their personal life around their 4-day work week. I wasn't sure if I was going to take that as an option, because we're doing it week by week, so I can do it one week, not the next. And I wasn't sure if I was going to take that as an option, but I started thinking about it, that since I'm arriving to work early anyway and leaving late anyway, I may as well. So it's something that I'm considering. So far, I'm not sure where the state of the United States is or where it's going. I don't think that our president is taking this matter very seriously. I think he's just going through the motions. He did a press brief, and as I mentioned in previous videos, it's difficult for me to watch him, and I had stopped watching him on television some time ago because I find him repulsive. His character makes my skin crawl. So with this pandemic, I have to keep myself informed in order to be able to provide relevant information with the agency that I work for. So I tune into the press briefs, and I just don't feel like he's taking it very seriously. He made the statement that he believes we can go back to life as normal by Easter, which is only in a couple of weeks. I think less than a couple of weeks. I'm not sure exactly what day it falls, so I think it's less than a couple of weeks. But he believes we can go back to normal by Easter. Now, the specialists around him and the authorities on the matter are saying something different. And that always seems to be the case with Trump. He disregards the people who have knowledge about circumstances. And it's really disheartening because he's in a position to impact a lot of people. So, of course, a couple of briefs ago, or a few briefs ago, I can't remember because I can't keep track anymore, he made a claim about something, that a vaccine or treatment that was being worked on that would combat COVID-19. And he was sure of this, and he just, Trump being Trump. And it's still something in the working. It's still something that they're working on. Anyhow, in the news, it was reported that a married couple listening to Trump decided to take matters into their own hands, and they had, or maybe they purchased, this stuff that they're working on to help with the virus, and they decided to treat themselves in order to not get the virus. The husband died, and the wife ended up in the hospital. The wife did die, so it's sad because those same people voted for him. Because if you could listen to Trump on a daily basis and take anything he says for fact value, which would cause you to poison yourself to death, you definitely you voted for him. What I find sad is the people who continue to say that they support him, they think he's doing a magnificent job, and they also, even during this pandemic that he's bungling, they're going to vote for him. It's scary. It's scary that we're all looking at the same thing and they're seeing something totally different. It's like looking at the sky and one person is saying it's blue, and then the other person, it's saying it's black. And the other person that's saying it's black won't budge. The sky is definitely black. They won't even come to terms that maybe the sky might not be a light blue to them. Maybe it might be a dark blue to them. No. The sky is black to them, but blue to everyone else. That's how I feel when I see people who support Trump. Everyone else sees a blue sky, and they see a black sky. And that's scary. And you can't, you can point out facts and show many, many cases of where he flat out did not tell the truth, and they will make an excuse for him. And it's interesting because I'm actually dealing with that in my professional life, where you can provide immediate facts to to someone and they don't see it. The sky is black for them and blue for everyone else. And because everyone else sees the sky as blue and they see it as black, there's something wrong with everyone else and not them. It makes me wonder, and it's funny because I told my supervisor, he says I'm so calm. And I've heard that a lot in my life. If I had $1 million for every time someone told me that I was so calm, even in crisis, I would never have to work again. Never have to work again. But he said that I'm so calm with dealing with things, and I said to him, because I came from a dysfunctional family. So coming from a dysfunctional family and seeing what we now recognize, and it's easier to recognize it now because people are addressing it more, mental illness. I believe that a number of my family members were undiagnosed with mental illness, and turn the heat down, it's burning up. So dealing with that and growing up and seeing certain behaviors and certain characters is easy for me to recognize. And I'm dealing with one character that strongly reminds me of my grandmother. And my grandmother, she passed away in 2014, actually only 9 months after my mom, who passed away in 2013. And my grandmother, when I was growing up as a child, we had a good relationship. But I realized early on, very early on, when even in elementary school, that my grandmother was very manipulative. Very manipulative. And as a child, I felt like, why was I being put in certain positions? And as I became older and had a better understanding of how things should be and what shouldn't happen, it caused me to want to distance myself from my grandmother. And interestingly enough, not until the end did my grandmother take accountability for her actions, because I remember, not a lot, but a few times over the years in my adulthood, that I expressed to my grandmother exactly how I felt about her behavior. And she took it personally, and you should take it personally. When you feel someone is attacking your character, you should definitely take it personally. But taking it personally means to do a self-reflection, not to deflect or to argue your point to make the other person wrong because you don't agree with what they've said. So I dealt with that for years. So there were times, and I think I mentioned in a previous video, where I put family members on hiatus, including my mom, including my grandmother, in order to, one, maintain my sanity, and two, maintain the level of respect for them that I believe that they should have as my mom and grandmother and other family members. So, yes, I would refuse to speak to them. And I wouldn't just stop speaking to them. I would make it clear, I'm not speaking to you right now because we need distance. And my mom respected that. My mom, she would laugh and she would ask, are you still on hiatus? And she would accept that when I was ready to communicate with them, I would do it on my terms. My grandmother didn't respect that. Because like most people, and it annoys me, but that's your grandmother. You can't do that to your grandmother, but that's your mother. You can't do that to your mother. And I get so tired of hearing about people being physically, mentally, emotionally abused by family members. And the response is, well, you know how they are. That's yours. Who gives a damn how they are? That doesn't mean that I need to be subjected to their abuse. That's how I feel about Trump supporters. When I see a Trump supporter say, well, we should still respect him because he's our president, although our president is being outright disrespectful, I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. There's no way in the world that you should tell anyone that they don't have to be respected, but they should respect the person that they're being disrespected by. It just doesn't make sense. So every time I see Trump on television, I feel like he's disrespecting the country right now. He's disrespecting the authorities on infectious disease right now. He's disrespecting the media, and it's not even warranted. I just don't understand. He's just being so outright disrespectful, and it's not warranted. So that was my little tidbit for today. I'm at where I wanted to be for this morning before I go to work. I thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back later. Bye-bye.